What's up, guys? Welcome to That Creative Life. It's me, James Mathis. Today, we're actually going to talk about something a little bit different, but related to what I said that I was going to start talking about more on my channel, specifically focused in on worship. So let's roll that intro and let's dive right on in. Okay, so I have to stay true to the photographer / cinematographer side of me. So I will be cutting in some B-roll shots of like guitars, the keyboard, just to make it a little more interesting since I'm going to be talking mostly. I didn't want y'all to be bored just having to look at my pretty face the whole time. So let's get into it. What instrument should you be leading worship using? And that's kind of a loaded question. Should you be playing guitar, acoustic? Should you be playing electric, bass, piano, drums, ukulele, mandolin? What instrument is the best? What is right? What is appropriate? I feel like a lot of times we get caught up in that whole mindset of, oh, we have to play guitar, acoustic guitar. That is what worship leaders play. You can only play that. That's so ingrained that we just kind of accept it and go about it. But there's something to obtaining authenticity in worship and being true to yourself that is just as important in leading worship. And that's the point that really I want to try to drive home is if you are leading worship, it doesn't matter what you're playing. If you're playing drums, if you're playing guitar, if you're singing or not. The act of leading worship, preparing the music, praying over what's going to be played, coming up with songs that fit with what the sermon says, making sure that everything is in its place and that you have practiced and that you have each part covered in the band. And all these things are what make a worship leader. It's not about being a lead singer. It's not about being the acoustic guitar player. It's about leading people into worship, using the gifts that you have and the knowledge you have, and figure out what songs are going to be played for that Sunday morning. And so when you take the time to really focus in on leading people into worship, singing doesn't matter, instruments don't matter. So if you are a drummer and you went to college for drums, maybe lead worship from drums. Or myself, I feel most comfortable on guitar. And so for me, if I'm going to be leading worship, it's going to be on guitar 90% of the time. I may occasionally sneak to the piano. I've also played it forever. But my most comfortable instrument is the guitar. And if I have someone else who is a better singer than me, I have no qualms letting them sing. I may do some talking in between. I may pray. All of that. And that is wonderful. That is good. You should be doing that. But as far as who's singing, doesn't matter. As far as what instrument you're playing, it doesn't matter. Your job as a worship leader is to lead worship. Make sure everything is prepared. Make sure everything sounds good because we're supposed to bring our best before God. And make sure that you are in a spirit of worship to lead people into worship. And that's the key right there. It's very easy to get caught up in the, oh, I need to be better at guitar. Oh, I need to be a better singer. Oh, I should be able to run Ableton Live off the piano and run stems and do all. None of that stuff matters at the end of the day. The style of worship you play at the end of the day doesn't matter. Whether you are modernizing hymns, whether you're doing something more edgy and rocky, or whether you're stuck in the 90s and 2000s playing that genre of worship, which is probably part of my favorite. But all this to say, the heart of worship is more than just playing guitar and singing. It is bringing your best before God. And so whatever that is the instrument you should play in church to lead worship. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you made it this far, I have something very exciting. I'm going to be offering music lessons. There'll be 10 spots. If you're interested, drop a comment below and I'll let you know how we're going to get all that squared away. And there is going to be a worship guitar beginner's guide and a piano worship beginner's guide that I'm going to be making. They'll be available. We'll get into that more when they're done. But I just wanted to mention it to you guys. I love you. Don't forget to live that creative life. I'll see you next time. Bye.